Hey there, cool cats. It is I, Rolled the Boulder. Today we're back in Minecraft, playing the Sevtech Ages mod pack. So, while I was off camera, I did a little bit of work around here. So I have a surprise to show you. It's right over this way. Dun 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 dun. Let's go see what this is, shall we? Oh, look, it says kitchen. Ta-da! Yes, I made a kitchen. A proper one with different places to cook things and a little vent in the top so that the smoke can get out. And it's connected to the place that our butcher friend here likes to live. So we can just buy bear meat from him whenever we want. And it's got the millstone in it too if we need to grind something up. So I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And I also brought one of my horses over here to the horse grindstone so that we could get some flour started grinding. Here we go. So we've made some progress there. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I even picked up some bushes and brought them over in case we needed any berries. I did a little bit of exploring around, just seeing if I could find villages. I found a few. Not all of them super close, but in reasonable distances. Anyway, today I was thinking I'd mostly just spend the time with you today, just gathering resources. So this is just going to be a laid-back stream of like cutting wood, and maybe gathering stone, or even finding some ore. I don't know, but we'll see when we get there. One thing I definitely want to do is chop down these cedar trees and collect the wood, so that's the first thing on my list today. Well, I guess I need to sleep too, huh? Because it's already getting late out. We're actually right next to a village over here, so I don't want it to get laid out and have like zombies appear, because I want those villagers to stay safe. So as soon as it gets dark, I'm going to be sleeping. Anyhow, let's start chopping away. Oh, you know what? I know why it took so long to chop that first piece off. Because I get some mining fatigue in the morning right after I wake up. That's understandable. I think most people are a little bit fatigued as soon as they wake up in real life, so understandable. We'll probably plant these saplings as soon as they drop, so that hopefully we'll keep getting these trees popping up pretty fast, so that if we don't harvest enough from the ones that are there now, new ones will pop up and we'll be able to harvest them too. Did we get any saplings from that one? Not seeing any. I guess it's hit or miss. Oh well, that's okay. So how are you all doing? At the time I'm recording this, it's I believe it's getting close to the time that school actually gets out for the summer. Actually, maybe it has another month or so to go. I don't really remember anymore. Actually, I think about 3 weeks total. So, that'll be nice for those people who are in school. I guess I'm in school too. I mean, I'm in college right now. So I guess that does include me. I got an internship I'm going to start pretty soon. This is my last class in college. It's going slowly. I have some difficulties staying on top of work. But that's just kind of how it is. I'm going to do my best anyway. All I have to do is get through this one last class in my internship. And then I'll get my degree. And I'll be very happy about that. Been working on getting my degree for a long time. Part of me wishes I had actually gone forward to get try and get a degree in the arts. My degree is in a complicated thing called medical coding and billing. It's kind of dry in its own way, and it's also kind of fun in its own way, but I digress. As I said, I kind of wish that in the end I had gone forward with trying to get an arts degree. I've always wanted to be an artist. I mean, I've always been an artist, but I've always wanted to make it my official career, you know? And I haven't because I didn't think it was practical. But the older I get, the more I realize artists are very much in demand in the world, and a lot of people make a living doing art. And if somebody tells you otherwise, they're wrong, because artists are needed everywhere. Every single thing you see was designed by somebody who was creative. Every piece of furniture, every advertisement, or television show, or game, or anything you see in a store, the packaging was designed by an artist. just about everything you see needed artists or creative thinkers somewhere in its creation. And people who tell you that you can't make a living doing art, they're thinking of somebody just sitting in their house painting all day. And maybe it is hard to make a living that way, I don't know. But I think the internet has certainly made it easier to do paintings and other kinds of traditional art, and simply sell that as an independent artist. But what people who say you can't make a living as an artist, what they don't realize is that if you get an arts degree, it lets you do a lot of different things. So maybe somebody who got a degree in painting, maybe they're not specifically, doing like landscape paintings or something, but they could be working for somebody who writes books. They could be doing illustrations for magazines. They could be doing advertisements. So, while they may not be technically doing the exact thing that their degree says they do, while they're not necessarily just, being like Monet and painting on a canvas, they're still using that arts degree. And when statistics sites about how people use their degree pop up and say, oh, artists can never find a job in their chosen field, what it never takes into account is that somebody with let's take a painter again. Somebody who does painting might have a degree technically in the design field. And so while that artist did find an art job, it's not technically the degree that they got. So those job sites will be like, these artists can't find jobs in their chosen field, so that means they're not gonna be an artist. But it's just showing you the facts in a way that does not take into consideration at all the reality of things. And because things are being automated more and more, we're losing more and more jobs to robots and other automatic processes. We need fewer and fewer people to do all this busy work, to do this calculation, to do creation of things such as manufacturing jobs. All those jobs that we used to have that required a special degree, a lot of them are going by the wayside. And once that busy work is taken out of the equation, what you really need to keep a company moving forward are creative thinkers who know how to make new things and find new directions, who approach problems from novel ways. So creatives are becoming more and more and more in demand, because There's some things that computers just cannot do for us. They cannot design for us. They cannot make something that humans resonate with. They cannot make the internet connections that we can. Not quite yet, at least. Not on a grand scale. So people who can think creatively, people who can connect to other people, these are the people who are going to thrive in the world as it is today. And being artistic, having artistic abilities definitely puts you at an advantage in that regard. Now let's see. I think I'm gonna go cut some more wood down. Just regular oak wood or whatever I find out here. I'll go a little bit beyond where we can see from our house, so that I'm not like clear cutting an area that's in view or something. Let's get rid of these low bushes. Just pick up some wood in the meantime. We can get our horse chopping this wood, because we really need some more planks and sticks and things like that. And having the horse do that work really saves some time and effort. I guess I should go back to some of these places and double check for sticks that are just laying around after I've taken the wood. Let's repair our axe. Since it's also our main weapon, we don't want it to fall into disrepair. Let's get this tree. I'll disconnect it from this one. So anyway, I like to draw. That's the kind of art I've always done. And digital art, I like to do a sketch on my own with traditional media, and then finalize it digitally. I've done some manga that way. I've liked to draw in manga style since I was maybe 11 years old. It's been a long time now. But you know, it's just something that calls to me. Something I love. Do any of you do art? Any kind of art? It can be drawing, painting, or singing, or acting, or whatever it is that you might like to do. There are all kinds of art out there that are, kind of wonderful and worthwhile. I've done singing for a lot of my life, too. It's another kind of art that I've been drawn to for a long time. I don't sing so much anymore. I was in choir in high school. That was fun. And I would always sing while I was walking home from school. And that was nice because I could kind of sing without people hearing me, because I was shy about being heard singing, which I think is pretty common. But that was always a very good experience for me. So, yeah, that's another thing I've done. When I was really young, I did acting. I was in a very big local Christmas play. I was quite proud of being accepted into that because very, very few people could get in. And so when I did, that was wonderful. And one of the best experiences of my entire life actually came out of that. So it was quite worthwhile. I suppose I can tell you about that experience. It seemed at first like it was going to be an awful experience. See, we were having our we had finished doing all of our performances, yeah? And we were having a party for the cast with lots of food and everybody who participated, all of that. And we were at a very high floor in a building, and all of a sudden the fire alarms go off, and everybody has to evacuate all the way down many floors, down the stairs that are packed with people, just packed all the way down. And we were all squished together trying to get out of this building. Looking back on it, it would have been dangerous if the fire was any more serious than it had been. It was just something caught on fire in the kitchen. Probably just somebody's food. But anyway, we had to leave anyhow. So we get outside and we're all kind of huddling together, and it's really cold. And it's been miserable. But then some people decide to start singing. And all of us start singing together, singing the songs that we learned, these Christmas carols and the like. And it was so beautiful to just be singing outside in the cold together with so many friendly, loving people all together. And we all know the songs, and we're just one massive group singing joyfully despite the bad circumstances. So in the end, that was a transformative experience. If you've never had something like that happen with a group where you feel that almost like a soul connection. Like you're all one. Then, if you've never felt like that, like really truly felt like that, then I hope that you get a chance to feel that way in the future. And I hope you get that chance many, many times, because it's unlike anything else to just feel like you're in the embrace of a community that you love, and that they love you, and that you'll all be there for each other even when it's hard. That is something that is beyond words. And everybody deserves to have an experience like that, and to have many experiences like that. I've had a couple other experiences kind of like that. Maybe I'll share them at some point. If anything like that has ever happened to you, feel free to share it below, because I would love to hear about good experiences, about your happiness. I think that's something that people should talk about more often, is good things. There are plenty of bad things going on in the world, yes, and it's important to stay mindful. But it's also important to remember the good times, and remember just how good it can be. On that note, I think I'm going to say goodbye for now. If you liked this video, you can give that like button a boop on its snoot, or you can leave a message below. I've been Boldro, and I hope that you stay cool, cool cats. Bye-bye.